Last time on Ace Attorney, we had an interesting new client.
Wait, hold on a second! You were in Mr. White's pockets! You sent Gumshoe to arrest me! You bitch! Hell no, I'm not defending you! I'm out, you corrupt bastard!
Hello everyone, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. Now do keep in mind, this is still the same recording session as the last episode, since I had to cut that right down the middle. So, yeah, no introduction necessary. Let's just get going.
Oh my god! Okay, I'm pretty sure this is Edgeworth's office, considering, the suit on the left wall definitely looks like something Edgeworth would wear. It seems like a different version of this, his standard costume. But oh my god, he is a steel samurai figure! God, Maya would go insane if she saw that. February 22nd, High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. This is the kind of room that just screams, I can do the job. Quite a change from your office, really. Thanks. At least I don't have a silly steel samurai in mine. Look, there's a trophy or something here. A trophy? What, that shield? It takes real nerve to display stuff like this. Whoever's office this is, they must be a real stuck-up jerk. I already know who this is. Phoenix Wright. You never tire of prying into other people's business, do you? That voice! Hey, best boy! Long time no see, Edgeworth. Huh? Ah! Mr. Edgeworth? You know him from somewhere? Of course! I'm his biggest fan! My sister introduced us once and... Right, her sister's the chief prosecutor after all. Of course she has a prosecutor boner, god damn it. Well, what brings you here? I'll warn you, I've been known to be a real stuck-up jerk. Or some people say, as he glares at fucking Emma intently, and she's like, what? A stuck-up jerk? Wow, who could have said that? They must be a right asshole, right? Definitely wasn't me. No, did I? No. It was just Mr. Wright here, Hey, don't blame me! Oh, don't worry, Wright. I know you'd never say something like that. Not after a makeout session after the last trial. We're here to investigate a murder case. Murder? A body was found in this nasty bright red sports car in the parking lot. A body has been discovered! Oh no! Is that Edgeworth's car? It makes sense with the color scheme. Huh? That would be my car. What of it? What is that new? That's a new sprite. He looks so fucking sly and fucking smirking there like, oh, so you think my car looks stupid? Ha, do you? Do you want me to prosecute you for murder? What? Your car? I'll say one thing, she certainly can scream, just like Maya. So, the body was found in your car? Go ahead, say it right. You think I did it, don't you? You went through all that trouble to help me last year, no less. No, we don't think you did it. I mean, it was my sister who stabbed him. Wait, no, she didn't do that, I mean... Wait, so you're the chief prosecutor's little sister, then? Yes, sir, Emma Skye, it's nice to meet you again. Now that didn't sound forced at all. Now remember, you've really grown. I'll admit it was a surprise for me too, to think that my own car become the scene of a murder. More surprising still, I'm being forced to prove my superior's guilt. I can understand. Wait! What did you say? Lana Skye is the chief prosecutor. The chief prosecutor in the the top prosecutor in the district. She can't prosecute herself, so I'll be the prosecutor at the trial tomorrow.
You, but Mr. Edgeworth.
To be honest, it's a bit of a miracle I'm still here at all.
What do you mean?
Rumors. You've heard the rumors about me, haven't you? Miles Edgeworth. It's hard to remember a time when there weren't rumors about this guy. Forging evidence, arranging false testimony, illegal searches, you name it. Thanks to you, my innocence was established in the trial at the end of last year. However, there are some who say I'm the one responsible for the current incident.
What?
That's crazy. Some people need very little excuse to think ill of others. It's a fact of life, impossible to stop.
But
some of them even go so far as to present me with toys like this. They think it's funny. Toys? That bronze shield? There's gotta be a story behind that one. Chief Prosecutor Sky, yes, we worked together in a case 2 years ago. That was my first big case.
That's right, I remember.
2 years ago. I wasn't even a lawyer yet. Since then, I always felt that she was looking out for me. It appears I was mistaken.
Ah, I'm seeing kind of the parallels here. In a way, Lana Sky was kind of what Mia was to me.
Mistaken? Why? I mean, I know she's not the warmest person, but I'm sure she felt some responsibility for you. Then why? Why did she stab someone in the trunk of my car? Not only that, she stabbed him with my knife!
What? What? Mr. Edgeworth, your knife is the murder weapon?
To be specific, it was the knife I keep in the toolbox in the trunk of my car. Okay, well, the fact that it was in his toolbox means that it probably wasn't done with the intent to frame him. It's possible that they were just doing it there and they just used the closest weapon available. Edgeworth? What? Are you sure you didn't do it? Come on, can't he take a joke?
You have a strange sense of humor, Mr. Wright.
Right? I swear to God, I will fucking stab you myself, and we'll have a double murder on our hand. Actually, we just might.
Wow, this jacket is even lacier than his usual ones. This must be his lucky trial jacket.
Lucky jacket, right. I've never seen him wear it.
I'm sure there's a story behind why it's in a frame. Maybe he'll be naughty and take a picture.
He's getting way too excited about this.
My, what an amazing bouquet. Just right for Mr. Edgeworth.
No kidding.
Hey, there's a card on it.
Back from the dead, Wendy. Wendy? I've heard that name somewhere before. Wendy Oldbag.
And beside it, a giant steel samurai. Wow, I want one.
Huh? There's something written on the bottom of this foot. Between a rock and a hard place, Wendy.
Wendy, is she Mr. Edgeworth's fiancée?
Uh-huh, she wishes. I don't think so.
Ooh, cute. What a pretty tea set.
I go more for the instant tea bags myself.
Amazing! The drawer below is filled with packets of tea leaves. They're all sorted by place of origin and flavor. Look at this royal blend. What an exquisitely splendid concoction.
There's such a thing as taking a hobby too far.
Hey, a chessboard!
I'm not too up on my chess, but it looks like blue's a bit on a tight spot.
The red knights have surrounded the blue pawn.
Huh?
Those horses are mounted knights. Their swords have really sharp edges. And cheeks out the poor pawn. His head is kind of spiky. Kind of reminds me of you. Mr. Edgeworth must be an avid chess player. What's wrong, Mr. Wright?
Edges surrounding a pawn with spiky hair.
Nah, it's nothing.
But you know, the color scheme as well. Definitely, you know, Edgeworth cornering right. Whoa, those are all case files. They're stacked up to the ceiling. There's even a ladder. Odd. I thought Edgeworth wasn't good with heights. He must have someone get them for him. Strange. Why did I just picture Detective Gumshoe? Detective, I need a case file. But pal, I'm in the middle of an investigation here. I mean, we got a murder case. I said get me that case file, Detective. Right, sir. Don't cut my salary again, please. I already have. No! He must study these case reports so closely. He's so cool. You wouldn't say that if you saw him sweating bullets up on that ladder. A work desk. It's quite tidy, as one might expect. What a nice desk. Easy to use and easy on the eyes. It's polished so well I can see my own reflection. Yeah! Detective, I need my fucking desk polished. Oh, yes, sir. Please don't cut my salary again. Strange. Why did I just picture Detective Gumshoe? Maybe I'll take the name plaque as a souvenir. Don't. He'll sue you. And prosecute it himself. Alright, and now the trophy. I've been wondering, what the heck is this? It has a big K on it. Prosecutors. Huh? What's that? King of Prosecutors! It's the King of Prosecutors trophy. King of Prosecutors? Well, if anyone deserves that, it's certainly him. Also, I like that now he's like a couple of months, a year ago, he would have probably been ecstatic to receive the King of Prosecutors award, but now, after learning the truth of Deal 6, he hates the fact that he became a prosecutor. It's a great honor. They send the shield to the best prosecutor each year. What? So that K, K stands for king. Yeah, you got a problem with that? I didn't design the thing. King of Prosecutors. Kind of like Employee of the Month, only better. Huh, interesting. So that's the King of Prosecutors shield, huh? Well done, Edgeworth. You must be proud to be the King of Prosecutors. Congratulations, King of Prosecutors! Please stop saying that. That still doesn't explain one thing. Why is the tip of the shield broken off? Unless that's how it's supposed to be. Mr. Edgeworth is such a comfy sofa. Sofas like this make me want to curl up and take a nap. I bet he pores over his case files here until the wee hours of the morning. And then he takes off his jacket and rolls up his sleeves and goes to sleep using his arms as a pillow. I don't believe it. She's actually daydreaming about Edgeworth working. I bet in the morning he has sofa hair and little creases in his cheeks from the seams. I'll have you know, my hair is always perfect. He's so cool. In fact, my scalp produces hair gel like dandruff. Sofa hair is cool? Huh. Oh, basically, this says you're the best of the best last year, huh? You can take that foolish grin elsewhere, right? I lost a day of work to receive that travesty. Huh? Why is that? I had to go to the police department to receive that broken shield. The police department? Yes, right next to the police station downtown. You've been there, haven't you? Where Detective Gumshoe works, yeah. I was wondering something about your shield. Why is it broken? What does it matter? I've got more important things to worry about. Oh, right. He doesn't seem too concerned about his award, for better or for worse. Yesterday was a very busy day for the prosecutor's office. Maybe we should ask him more about yesterday? Say, Edgeworth, I was wondering about this. Mr. Wright! Huh? What? Are you sure you should be showing that to Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, he'll take it for sure, won't he? Huh. I wish I could be on the same side as Mr. Edgeworth, but then my sister would be found guilty. If she sighs any deeper, I'm going to start getting depressed. Ooh, examination. This must be the victim's blood, right? Either that or Edgeworth cut himself peeling an apple. Or no! If the person was stabbed, there would indubitably be much more blood on that knife. And hell, if I remember correctly, the knife we saw in the cutscene definitely had more blood than that. This seems much more likely to be the blood from Lana cutting her hand. What's Edgeworth doing with a knife like this anyways? Hey, maybe he spends his weekends roughing it up in the wild. Edgeworth in the wild. I think my fruit peeling theory is much more likely. Are you kidding? I always pictured him as an outdoorsman. Now there's a scary thought. Probably forces Gumshoe to carry his camping equipment. It's against my policy to discuss evidence with the defense, especially with you. He doesn't like you much, does he, Mr. Wright? Nah, with Edgeworth it's never personal. It's all about winning tomorrow. And I can respect that. Can you tell me more about yesterday, the day of the murder? Yesterday was the annual cleaning day of the prosecutor's office. Cleaning day? Working with the police department, we sort and file all evidence for solved cases. Call it evidence transferal. Wiping your hands of old cases, in other words. Oh, and another thing. A ceremony was held at the police department. There was an annual review and awards for the outstanding police officers and prosecutors. And that's when he got the shield. I was at the police department yesterday afternoon. I got back at 5:12. That's very precise. People like myself and Mr. Edgeworth pride ourselves on our precision, Mr. Wright. No, I place little faith in my memory. The only thing I trust is solid evidence. Edgeworth's parking stub added to the court record. This is the parking stub from the underground lot. The murder took place at 5:15. So the murder happened right after you got back. What, right? I'd appreciate it if you'd direct the suspicious glare elsewhere. Excuse me, but, Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the premises? Mr. Edgeworth, what is it? I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I got your report, sir. Report? What, did you find new evidence in the case against Prosecutor Sky? I don't like the way this conversation is going at all. Sky, sir! No, sir! No name of that guy, sir! No to this report, sir! I think I just heard Edgeworth's lid blow. Mr. Edgeworth isn't on very tight, is it? I made a clear request to the police department, did I not? I need to focus on the trial tomorrow, so don't bring me anything unrelated! Sir, but sir! I'm just following orders, sir! They told me to bring this to you! I wasn't aware of the particulars of your arrangement with us, sir! Give me your name! Yes! Yes, sir! Meekins, sir! Officer Meekins! Right, Officer Meekins. Take your report and leave. And good luck with that raise next month. But sir, I didn't know! Poor guy. Looks like he was absent on the day they gave out brains and good luck. Right. Yes, sir? Oh, god damn it, he caught me off guard. Oh, I do like that. As you can see, I'm busy. You may leave now. Let's do what he says, Mr. Wright. The victim was a detective from the same department as that patrolman just now. Go down to the police department. You can ask more there. Thanks. Seems to have finally calmed down at least. February 22nd. Police department entrance. Woo, we're finally here! Why would they put the police department so far away from the prosecutor's office? Beats me. That took almost 30 minutes by taxi and traffic wasn't even that bad. The police department, huh? I've only ever been to criminal affairs next door. Huh. Hold on, what's that? It's the Blue Badger, of course. I guess the chief of police managed to get him made his, the official mascot. Or maybe not, considering its shabby quality. Disturbing, why does it undulate like that? Oh wait, I know, this is the Blue Badger. They're trying to make him the police mascot. Wow, Mr. Wright, you sure know a lot about the police. Still, he does seem familiar somehow. Forget the Blue Badger, who's that next to him? Someone appears to be dancing with the Blue Badger. Uh-oh, he noticed me. He sure is running over here fast. Hey, pal! What are you doing here? That's my line, Detective Gumshoe. Specifically, why are you dancing over there? What up, pal? Well, at least he doesn't seem to be busy. This is our chance to get information. Hey, I'll have you know I'm a very busy man, pal. Gumshoe, I'm so glad you didn't get murdered. I would... Okay, though, honestly, I would respect this game if it had, the murder of Gumshoe at some point. And that's a case I'd love to solve and put that horrid criminal behind bars. I'll give you one more, pal. You better not agree to defend the suspect in this case. Why not? Huh? Well, it's just that, the chief prosecutor's confessed to the crime, pal. She says, she summoned the detective to the prosecutor's office and killed him. But what if she's not telling the truth? Yeah, well, no, come on, pal. There's plenty of evidence against her. But what if the evidence was faked? Hey, pal, can I speak to you for a second? Huh? Me? Oh, why is that little girl so peeved at me? She's a relative of the suspect. She's Lana Sky's sister. Whoa, the chief prosecutor's little sister. Just please investigate the case carefully, okay? Scientifically. Yes, sir. Oh, by the way, pal, you might want to keep your voices down. You don't want to be overheard using words like faked. Huh? It's just that, it's a sensitive issue with us these days. So, what are you doing here, Detective Gumshoe? Me? Oh, well, nothing really. They kicked me out of the criminal affairs. Detective Gumshoe, what did you do this time? What do you mean this time? Then what happened? I know things are busy right now. I mean, with my sister's case and all. It's true. We've never had a chief prosecutor murder anyone before. Only the highest ranked people are being led to criminal affairs now. The lowest ranking guy in there is chief detectives. They're not letting any of us rank and file detectives in at all. None of you? I know it's an important trial, but isn't that a little odd? So anyways, I thought I'd spend the day getting the badger dance down pat. Is there anything else you could be doing? Chief of Police himself is directing the investigation, pal. And Officer Marshall is assigned to the underground parking lot. Officer Marshall? Now that I think about it, Emma did seem to know that Marshall guy. A patrolman in charge of the crime scene. It's unheard of, pal! Alright, well, can you, answer some questions? Hey, that's it! That's the King of Prosecutors award that Mr. Edford got yesterday. You at the award ceremony, Detective? Of course, pal! I got an award for diligence myself. Ah, congratulations. I was wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later, after I Google it. Apparently he's forgotten. But I was proud of Miss Edwards for winning that award. Even with all the naysayers in the prosecutor's office. Okay, I genuinely have no idea where this case is gonna go. I mean, we did see in the intro that it seems like there's some kind of double murder thing happening in two different buildings right next to each other. That leads me to believe that two things happened. One, in the in the police station, and one in the prosecutor's office parking lot. Now, what happened in the prosecutor's office is the so-called crime that Lana Sky is admitting to, and that was witnessed. On the other hand, whatever took place in the police station is the real crime of this case. if Edgeworth was here and the body was loaded into his trunk here, it's possible that he could have then driven the body all the way to the prosecutor's office without realizing it, right? It's an interesting thought. Naysayers, must be because of the rumors. Found Mr. Edgeworth's car, stabbed Mr. Edgeworth's knife, huh? What would drive Chief Prosecutor Scott to do such a thing? Well, I mean, sure, of course, someone else really did. Someone who must have had a grudge against Mr. Edgeworth. The car and the knife do seem a little too well organized to be a coincidence. Poor Mr. Edgeworth, what could have happened? I have to find out a little more about what's going on with Edgeworth. Okay. Detective Gumshoe, what can you tell me about this? Hey pal, this is your detective's ID card. You can't just keep that. You have to turn it into the police. It's people like you that get me into so much trouble all the time. Meaning Detective Gumshoe must drop his card a lot. Let's see, Bruce Goodman. Goodman? That's familiar. Nah, my mistake. But didn't you work together with him in criminal affairs? Oh, now remember! Bruce Goodman! He's the victim! That's what I thought. Can you tell us more, Detective Gumshoe? Oh, that is interesting. That his ID would be found. I mean, why would his ID have fallen out of his pocket? And why was it so far from where his body was found? Interesting. So this ID card belonged to the victim? He was a detective like myself, Detective Bruce Goodman. Don't you think it's strange? I mean, why would the victim's ID card be lying on the ground where we found it? Well, Detective Goodman should have been at the police department yesterday. There was an evidence transfer for the case he handled 2 years ago. Evidence transfer? Mr. Edgeworth mentioned that too. But Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. Well, that's the thing. It's hard to say this, but word is the chief prosecutor Sky called him out there to the parking lot. And Lana's confessing as much. This does not look good. Somehow this is fucking worse than the last case. He's in a tough spot again. Right, you know, the case that you were the defense attorney for? Well, it all started with the murder of that defense attorney, Hammond. But Mr. Edgeworth was found innocent. Listen up, pal, there have always been rumors about Mr. Edgeworth forging evidence, making deals with witnesses. Nothing outright, but there were always some whispered rumors. Ever since he was accused of murder, no one's whispering. They're all practically shouting. But there's no evidence against him. Well, Mr. Edgeworth has always been unusually strong ties with the department higher-ups. And it's only natural that people would be suspicious, you know? I had no idea he was under the gun. Anyway, latest case will start a new rumor. People say the only reason he took this case is because he's aiming for the chief prosecutor position himself. What? But I know the truth, pal. Nobody wants to be the one who has to prosecute the chief prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth is biting the bullet on this one. He's doing it for all of us. But didn't he say he was being forced to? That's what he said. I was wondering about that. What, the Dancing Blue Badger? It's my masterpiece. Oh, you made it. Well, that explains why it looks so shit. You made this, Detective Gumshoe. Chief Prosecutor threw together some designs and I just did my thing, pal. Nice work. It's battery powered so it can go anywhere. There's no switch, so it just dance until the batteries die. Poor Blue Badger. Fated to dance until he dies. That is evidence? Interesting. And that's all I know about that. I'm not officially on the case, you know. Thank you. Why aren't you handling the case, Detective Gumshoe? We met the guy who is. What was his name? The guy in the parking lot? That'd be Officer Marshall. He was appointed directly by the chief of police. Officer Marshall, if he's some kind of Wild West sheriff or something? No, Jake Marshall's just a regular officer. From West LA. For a moment there, I wasn't sure. Look, pal, let me try to make things a little easier for you. Show them this and they'll let you examine the crime scene. Maybe. Maybe? Okay, a couple of things. First of all, it seems very odd that the chief of police would assign just some random police officer, hell, a beat cop, to investigate this case as opposed to Gumshoe, who has basically led all of the other murder investigations. Combine that with the fact that all the higher-ups are meeting together, the fact that Edgeworth seems pissed for some reason, and that he's quote-unquote being forced to prosecute this? Seems like there's some sort of goddamn conspiracy going on here. Interesting. Also, this envelope has it says $20 on it. Could this be the same envelope that, Edgeworth got his, $20 lunch money from? That, Larry Butts stole and then gave it back to him? Did he just give it to... Probably just gave it to Gumshoe. I'll be surprised if this gets us anywhere. Just act like you're supposed to be there and nobody will look at you twice, pal. Alright, well, thanks, Gumshoe. February 22nd. Prosecutor's office, underground parking lot. Looks like the investigation is still going. I have to be getting back to the shop. Sorry, looks like I'll be stuck in this pit till the sun sleeps. See you in my dreams tonight then, baby. Oh, still here? Ah, hello. Why, the surprised looks. Didn't I mention? I've got a boyfriend in criminal affairs, too. What happened to the security guard? Hey, well, what's wrong, Bambina? You're looking like a doggy that's lost its herd. Jake Marshall. Strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene. There's something I wanted to ask you. Scene of the crime, cold grave for men who've lost their dreams. And me, I watched over them as they sleep, dreaming of the desert's harsh judgment. He's asleep. Well, should you know this hopeless case something to catch your interest? Right, here you go. Would you mind reading this for me? What's this? I'll warn you. Fan letters to me go right in the spittoon. It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. Maybe we investigate? Gumshoe? That old cow dog. He's holding a birthday party or something? Huh? Look, where it should say letter of introduction, it says, invitation. I think he just miswrote it. Wait, why am I getting all defensive here? No worries, this proves it's from Detective Gumshoe better than a blood test. Guess it's better let you in, then. Thank you, Officer Marshall. Oh, that's right, he's a patrolman, not a detective. Which reminds me... Hey, wait a sec. Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective or higher? Well, folks, clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like the settlers. Strike out for lands unknown. Manifest destiny. Let's have a hoo-nanny. Note to self. Police investigations are like settling land. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? I say it won't be needing this anymore. Detective Gumshoe's letter of introduction crumpled and discarded. Alright, I guess that's gone. Shit, we've already been going for like an hour and 30 minutes. Man, this investigation is long. Officer Marshall, could you tell us more about the victim? Good man always die young. Remember that, partner? Could you be a little more specific? Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right? Well, aren't you a feisty doggy there now? Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. The smiling Madonna told me the tale. I think she means the witness, Miss Angel Starr. One stab to the chest, fine piece of work. This here is the autopsy report.
Right. Died due to blood, one knife wound. Died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. So he died at around 5:30. Why is it written an hour and a half of 4 p.m. instead of just 5:30 p.m.? Was my sister involved with the victim in any way? Funny you should mention that, Bambina. Chief Prosecutor Sky and Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all. Nothing in common? They apparently worked together on a case a few years back. So there's no motive? Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective. There's one reason he didn't do much work with the chief prosecutor. But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here to this parking lot? So it seems, like calling an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon. It's high noon somewhere in the world. I don't mean any offense, but Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective. You call me out, they'd shoot you for that in Texas. Huh? I was one of them fancy shoe detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth. Oh, really? Now he tells me. Wasn't 2 years? Okay, I'm starting to piece some stuff together. So, he was a detective until 2 years ago. Goodman was about to file the data for a case that he handled 2 years ago. And Chief Prosecutor Sky only worked with Goodman on a case. Why do I feel like all three of these events are related to the same case? But you're a patrolman now, so how can you be in charge of a crime scene? Nothing gets by you, does it, Bambina? So, why are you in charge? No reason, we're just showing hands right now, keeping an eye out in the meantime. That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do, nothing important at least. He's nothing but a sad old cow dog that can't find his tail. Maybe it's because he ran into that Edgeworth, eh? Edgeworth? That cow dog's being kicked out of his cattle run by order of the chief of police. Just, he won't realize it yet. Detective Gumshoe kicked out of the investigation. That's suspicious as all hell. Like they're purposely trying to keep Gumshoe away from the investigation. But why? So bizarre. What's this? It looks like a cell phone. Scientific analysts would suggest this belonged to the victim. I can't think of anyone else it could belong to. What's so scientific about that? Should we check it out? Yeah, we're checking the shit out of that. Alright, let's check it out. Man, what a boring strap. What's wrong with it? Everyone has different tastes, you know? Here, check out mine. It's a pink princess strap. These are hard to come by, you know? I see the series is popular as ever with the kids. Why are you so much like Maya? Anything else? Huh, the phone's still on the redial screen. Redial? Mr. Wright, most phones keep a record of all the calls you've made and received. You just press the blue button on display the last number you called. Convenient, isn't it? I'm surprised you didn't know that. Sorry to disappoint you, but even I know about things like redial. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. It's just you never know with people from your generation. Whatever, let's check this phone out. Now, to see who the owner of this phone called last. Note to self, a defense attorney doesn't think first, he just pushes the button. This is... I am pretty sure this is the Steel Samurai theme, which means the last call was... which means
Either this is Edgeworth's cell phone, which doesn't make sense, it would be red, or we're calling Edgeworth, right? Alright, let's see. Hey, that song, I know that. Hey, what's going on here? Oh, sorry. I see you, partner. You pressed redial on that there phone, didn't you? Well, whose phone is it anyways? It was on the ground over there. Whose is it? That belongs to Chief Prosecutor Sky. What? My sister's? She apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody right after the crime. Looks like the last call was made right when the murder occurred. Looks like she was fixing to call someone. Except she only spoke for a few seconds, according to this. Who did she call? No idea. Sorry, partner. With a fucking tone with a song like that? Edgeworth, 100%. Now I got a question for you, partner. I hear a phone ring just now. One of those newfangled ringtones. Oh, that. Oh. Oh, sorry, that was my phone. What? Your phone? Yeah, it's kind of strange, but someone called me right as we picked up the other phone. A wrong number. I hope you're not lying. They shoot you for that in Texas, partner. Wait, was she calling me? Why is that my ringtone? Uh-oh, I've incited the wrath of a Lone Star Patrolman. Interesting. Why would she be calling me, though? That makes no sense. B block is through there. That's your visitors park. I can see the lunch-line car from over here, far in the distance. Hey, you're right. I like the cute design on the door. See a cartoon cow munching down on a juicy-looking steak. Doesn't that strike you as a little creepy? Just don't think too deeply about it and you'll be fine. This appears to be the car where the body was found. It looks like the lock in the trunk is busted. The crime took place in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. Alright, her story matches. Quite a luxury car. It just screams, I have money to burn. Yeah, prosecutors get the big bucks. Should have become one, Phoenix. This rope, is it? Yep, they laid it in the outline of the victim's body. So wait, the victim must have died when the killer closed the trunk on him. You've got to be the only person I know that would come to that conclusion. What's this? Looks like a note of some sort? 675-12-2. Huh. Look, something's written on it. 12-2 is Edgeworth's office, but it could also be a date. You're right, let's see. 6-7-S 12-2. Oh, that's an S. There's a name printed on the paper above. Goodman. Perhaps the case that he worked on? Case 6-7S, which would happen on 12-2. Interesting. Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed? But no! If it fell out of his pocket, why would his wallet fall off somewhere else? Well, so, what does it mean, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Note to self, for deductive reasoning, go to Edgeworth, not Wright. Not sure Edgeworth wouldn't know what this means either. Okay, that's interesting. Might help us establish the location of the murder. I think we got all the clues we can. Care for a chat? So, there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister? That's correct, but there's a gold mine of evidence against her. And that prospector tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister's fate is decided, Bambina. My condolences. Officer Marshall. Yeah, Bambina? How can you say that? You and my sister, you were... Is there something between this cop and her sister that I don't know about? I apologize, Bambina. Something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's the dry wind that's blowing through the prospector's office. Dry wind or ill will, someone's up to something here. But who? Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around for nearly 2 years now. Forged evidence and arranging 2 years ago. Again, it's all coming to this one case. 6-7S. He was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable, that is, until he met you. But rumors are just rumors, aren't they? These are prosecutors we're talking about. Evidence is everything to them. If you follow the rumors about Edgeworth to the source, you find one person. But they're off limits. Untouchable, you might say. One person? Who? Hate to say this, but it's your sister, Bambina. Chief Prosecutor Sky. What? My sister? Edgeworth couldn't rustle all those cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets. Some people load them with deals. Some people load them with truths. I really want that Danganronpa crossover. What, you're saying Edgeworth was making deals to win trials? Where there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. That's where the old timers say. There's a big old secret hidden here somewhere. Everybody knows it. Is that why Detective Gumshoe was taken off this case? Did they target him because he was closest to Edgeworth? So, well, how are we doing, Mr. Wright? I guess we've got some clues. We have an autopsy report, a note from the victim, and a cell phone. So, you think we'll be okay? Well, the only thing still bothering me is that Lana is confessing to the crime. She says she did it. No problem. I can guarantee that she's not the criminal. Oh, by the way, Emma? Yes? I know that song your phone plays when it rings. What? Ah, it's her phone. It's the Seal Samurai theme song, isn't it? That popular TV show for kids. The phone that rang earlier wasn't mine. It was yours. At 5:18, just after the murder took place, your sister called you, didn't she, Emma? I'm sorry. Can you tell me what you talked about? She hung up right away. I see. Interesting. A detective is murdered and the suspect is the top prosecutor in the district? I've got a bad feeling about this. Like, maybe I still don't know where everything that went on here. Okay, so clearly everything's tied to that one case from 2 years ago, right? The, what was it called? The 7S or whatever the fuck it was called. Yeah, it seems everybody, the victim, the chief prosecutor, Edgeworth, were all tied to that case. I mean, okay, so let me get this straight. So this, 2 years ago, was Detective Edgeworth's first case, right? Which he undertook with Lana Sky's aid. He likely learned about manufacturing evidence from... Actually, no. He learned about manufacturing evidence from Karma. But, okay, so case 2 years ago was Edgeworth's first case, which he undertook with the help of Lana Sky. In that case, Goodman was the detective for that case, and he was about to file the report for it this year. And for some reason, Marshall is involved with that? Considering all that strange circumstances, plus the fact that Gumshoe was removed from the investigation and that there was, that Edgeworth seems to be very on edge about this and that everyone is meeting, I'm sensing there's some kind of grand conspiracy going on right here. So yes. Next time we're going into the trial former, not the first trial? Okay, that's interesting wording. But whatever. That implies there's going to be two separate trials, not 2 days of the same trial. Well, whatever. I guess we'll see that later. But yes, that's going to do it for this episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed. And as I said before, if you want to hang out and chat with us, you actually got two options. You can hang out with us on stream, which we'll probably be streaming this Wednesday, or if it's after Wednesday, this Sunday, Persona 4 Golden, or you can check the description to go join our Discord server. So yeah, see you next time.